Mulla olisi niitäkin paitoja.
So next team in our preview is Arizona Coyotes. Tommy is not wearing his Coyote shirt or jersey this time, but how do you see, is it worth to wear later this season their jersey when they hit the playoffs and maybe even Stanley Cup?
Yeah, definitely. If they start winning, I will be wearing. But it's interesting team to see. They are a pretty young core. Stay the same for quite a long time. We're not expecting very good things for them, but in simulations they are challenging for the playoffs for the fourth spot in the Western Division, which is pretty bad, especially from bottom up. So there are a couple really good teams, and then very even pack of teams. So they do have their chance. They've been doing quite okay lately. Not good enough, but not bad enough to actually tank properly and getting the first level talent. So they are stuck. Well, it's a wrong way to say stuck, but they don't have the top level talent like, let's say, Edmonton does. They are not contenders, but they are challengers for sure. Their defense is remarkably good. Their goaltending is fine, so they are pushing for the playoffs. They've been 7 seasons out of the playoffs until they did it last year. Then they won Nashville, but then lost to Colorado. So they have a little bit of playoff experience now, if you can count the last season's playoffs. That Taylor Hall left, which might be actually a good thing. So the young guys are again taking the roles that they have been vying for a couple of seasons. How about our predictions about the Coyotes? How we've been doing with the desert team?
In our predictions, Coyotes have had expected value around 50% of their home games and a bit more than 40% of their road games. And actually those road games have been good for betting because by betting all of those, you would end up around $600 profit in last 3 seasons. Another category that I would highlight here is total bets on the road, so $1,640 profit out of those. So I think bookmakers have maybe placed odds for the Arizona road not so high as we have predicted, and then those matches have been correct and Arizona has pulled the wins out of those. Especially when we think about the first road game when they have played, they have won first home game 42%, and they won their first home game 38%. So they have been playing better on the road the first game, and the first game has been also quite profitable, almost $700 if there has been expected value. So that is one game that I would take a look during the season, that when they hit the road, what kind of value there is for the first home game. But you take a closer look of the division. There's of course familiar teams, but they have played year after year, but then few new teams as well.
Yeah, Arizona gets to play in the West, and like we have established, it's not that good, especially in the bottom. The California teams are expected to do quite badly, but the top couple of the top teams are really good. So it's like 2 levels of play there, and Arizona is at the moment in the bottom one, but on top of that pile. So it will be an interesting division in that regard, that there is a lot of teams that are expected to do well and a lot of teams that are expected to do really bad. So with this sort of mini playoff series, it might actually be a lot more even than we're predicting, but something to see. Of course, Arizona's changes for this season include Taylor Hall leaving, Derek Stepan went to Ottawa, but like I said already, the young core is still there. The defense is strong. They have good goaltender duo. It's very hard team to play against. They work a lot, and it's a hard team to beat. So I don't see it as a walk in the park for the Colorados and the Vegases either. They are actually the fourth biggest favorite from this Western Division to win the Stanley Cup, which is a quite interesting fact from the odds because they are in the final third of the whole NHL. So as we said, the three teams are a little bit bigger favorites overall than the rest. So how does it look in your end in the divisional games? Are there some preferred opponents for the Coyotes?
One that pops up maybe interestingly is St. Louis, because St. Louis is or has been better team than Arizona year after year, but Arizona has won 2/3 of the games that they have played. Then all these other teams that are maybe below them, Kings, Ducks, Sharks, they have been quite evenly matched up, 50-50 match-ups with them. But even though you say that they are a tough team to play, for the teams like Colorado or Golden Knights, they haven't had too much chances against Colorado so far. Our numbers show that they have won only one out of 4 games against Colorado, and they have performed a little bit better against Vegas. They have won, 1 out of 3 games there. So I would think that if there's value to bet, it would come from these bottom 3 teams, or then teams like Minnesota, St. Louis, but not from the Colorado Golden Knights. But what kind of numbers we expected them to reach in points or wins this season?
Yeah, we think that Arizona will be there fighting for the 4th spot, but not much else. So challenging those top teams is not on the papers. They have a big issue in scoring points. They only have players who are pretty much potential around 50 points, maybe in a normal season. Of course, in this shortened one, a lot less. But it's lacking. The team is lacking a lot of this sort of high caliber scoring threat. The defense, like I said, is good. So they're probably allowing not a lot of goals. Their goaltenders are good as well. It's a gritty team. So I would look for the totals go under as well, which we've been predicting quite well, if I remember correctly. For the season, we have to see again about the line. But all being said and done, I believe that Coyotes will have a tough season. They're probably gonna end up under the point line and not really challenge for the playoffs in the end. They are a little bit too all-even team against this division.
That's interesting to hear. So you wouldn't place the bets here. We'll see a few more teams and check if there's worth to bet some season future bets for those teams.
I'm sure we'll find some along the way.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.